Hello. Last week, I had an exciting adventure. The lumens on my PICC line clogged up. I was able to request from my pharmacy Cathflo. This is a medicine which helps clear out the PICC line. Unfortunately, I have 3 lumen and they sent me 2 containers of Cathflo. Since I only use 1 lumen to infuse my TPN because the other 2 lumens on my PICC line are very small, I decided to only do 1 lumen with the Cathflo and see if I can make it work. After doing the Cathflo, my PICC line worked beautifully. There still seemed to be an issue with the pump. I could not roll during the night and I had to keep my arm perfectly straight by my side. If I turned or moved my arm or did anything, the TPN pump started beeping on me. I thought this was just a temporary issue. I thought maybe my PICC line was still causing the issue. So I just kept fighting through it night after night through the beeping and the beeping and the beeping. Finally, it started happening that it didn't matter what position I was in. After 300 milliliters, the pump would just start beeping and it would not quiet down. I would have to turn off the pump. Then I would have to flush my line and then turn back on the pump. And then it would work for another 300 milliliters. But this did not resolve the issue because every night it started working for less and less time. At the end, it was only infusing 100 milliliters, and I was just going insane because I was losing so much sleep. Finally, I had a eureka moment. I remembered from being at the hospital that some of the pumps just don't work, and I thought to myself, maybe that might be the issue with my pump. So my pump right here, I decided it might be having an issue. So thankfully, I have another pump just like this that the pharmacy sent me in case this pump did not work for some reason. I was able to take the second pump and put that with my TPN, and guess what? The second pump works. I can move, I can turn my arm, I can do the hokey pokey. And the TPN pump does not beep. I am so happy that it's not my PICC line. I was concerned if this kept happening, I might have to get a new PICC line, but the PICC line seems to be not the issue, it was the pump. So I'm really, really happy. And I told my pharmacy and they said next week when they ship out my TPN, they will ship me out a new pump with that. I'm really happy and overjoyed that it was just the pump and it wasn't me or my PICC line or my TPN solution. After getting the issue resolved with my TPN pump, I thought that was the end of my week, but I was wrong. Our refrigerator has an issue. The fan in the back gets ice built up every 3 to 6 weeks. This means the fan starts making a lot of noise. It sounds like there's a freight train and goes, "Whoa." And it makes so much noise. And I can be in my bedroom with the door closed to my bedroom and still be woken up during the night when the ice starts building up and it gets so, so loud. And you can't even be in the kitchen. You have to cover your ears and just get out of the kitchen as fast as possible because it makes a lot of noise. There's an issue with the refrigerator. There's some sort of manufacturer defect with it. And we could get it replaced, but that would cost a lot of money. Instead, every 3 to 6 weeks, we have to take everything out of the refrigerator, put it in coolers, turn off the power to the refrigerator, open up the doors, let the warm air come into the refrigerator. Then that thaws out the fan in the back. And then once all that ice comes off the fan, then the fan's able to move and do its thing without hitting the ice or having any issues making any noise. So we have to do that, and it takes about 6 to 8 hours for the refrigerator to thaw. Once it thaws, we have to close the doors, wait for the refrigerator to warm back up, or I should say, not warm back up, cool back down. And then once it cools down, we take everything out of the coolers, put it back in the refrigerator, and then wait another 3 to 6 weeks, and we get to do the whole thing all over again. So that's what I got to do last night, was to deal with the refrigerator, which is just not a big deal, but it's just one of those things like, oh, I don't want to do this. It's just so inconvenient to take everything out. But the good thing is we know exactly what's in a refrigerator. So whenever we're doing this, my dad's like, oh, what is this? I don't know, throw it away. Or, oh, I do have salad dressing. Oh. So our refrigerator is always cleaned out every 3 to 6 weeks, and we know exactly what's in there. And that's a good thing, but the bad thing is our refrigerator doesn't work that well. So we're just very grateful and happy that it continues to work. And every time we do this, we always hold our breath and wait for the refrigerator to cool back down. One time it did not cool back down and had major issues. And so we had to turn it off a couple times, and finally it reset and finally cooled back down. We thought we were going to have to replace it, but praise God, we didn't. So we're just still dealing with the refrigerator, and I'll show you exactly how we do it. This is our refrigerator, and it is very, very loud. Here, take a listen. Here are the two coolers we use. We're going to take everything out of the refrigerator and put it into these coolers, and then allow our refrigerator to warm up to room temperature before returning everything back to the refrigerator. It has been about 7 hours. We just turned back on the power, and so far there is no noise. So hopefully the refrigerator has defrosted, and now we're going to shut the doors. And as you can see on the display, it is 68 degrees inside the refrigerator. That is way too warm to put any food inside. So we are going to wait about 4 hours. Then it should be cool enough in the refrigerator to safely return back our food. It has been a couple of hours. The refrigerator is silent. It has cooled down to 38 degrees. It is working beautifully. Everything is out of the coolers and back in its home inside the refrigerator. That was our fun adventure with the refrigerator. I am so thankful and so grateful the refrigerator works, and I am so grateful and thankful my TPN pump is working. My PICC line works, and everything is doing so well this week, and I'm just so happy and so overjoyed. So thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe down below. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Bye-bye. This is a really long video, and I'm losing my voice. I only have one more section to film, and I have no voice. So I apologize. I am doing my best. My ventilator keeps beeping, and I keep losing my voice. So I hope I'm able to get the rest of this video done today. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.